My name's Bev Nicholson and this is Mugly. Mugly's an 8-year-old Chinese Crested. He came from a rescue home in Wales. I got him when he was 8 weeks old. I looked after a friend's dog for a couple of weeks while she went on holiday, and when she left there was a really big empty space in the house and I realised that we needed to get a dog. So we went out looking for a companion, so we toured the rescue homes and eventually found Mugly. And when I first saw him, he was only 3 weeks old, and I brought him home when he was 8 weeks. Mugly seemed the only name that I could give him because he had an ugly mug. Mugly was in the rescue because he was overbred by his breeders. They were trying to get the perfect Chinese Crested, and they overdid it. And as a result, we have a dog with no hair in the appropriate places, and he's just a little different. We get very mixed reaction from the public. Some people think he's really cute and fall for him straight away, just like I did. Others say, is he a rat? Has he been in a fire? How can you have a dog like that? You know, it's mixed reactions. In 2005, Mugly was declared Britain's ugliest dog by the Daily Mail after they saw a photograph of him. Following that, I followed the competition in America, and we looked at all these weird and wonderful dogs that had won each year. And I often wondered whether we should go and take part, but the quarantine regulations I wouldn't have put Mugly in quarantine just to go and enter a competition, but they've all been relaxed now, and all he needed was a pet passport. So he went out with a rabies jab and he came back with a tapeworm and tick treatment. On the day of the competition, there were 29 other entrants, 30 in total. There were 3 rounds. The first round was pedigrees and mutts, of which Mugly won the pedigree round. Then they went head to head, the winners of these 2 classes, and Mugly won that round as well. And then he had to go up against the Ring of Champions. That's all the previous winners of the title came in and sat with us on stage, and then the crowd jeered and shouted, and finally the compere said the Brit has won it, and the whole place just erupted. It was an amazing day. It was surreal. You know, I had the whole of the world's press at my feet, pushing and shoving, trying to get an interview and the right shot. Mugly just sat there perfectly, so well behaved. I was shaking so much I had to sit on the floor because I thought I was going to fall over. It was a really funny day. The first press call we had following the competition was in America. The following day I was flown to New York to appear on the Today Show, which I, at the time, didn't realise was as big as it really is out there. By the time we left the studio and walked the streets of New York, just about everyone knew who Mugly was. And in one day, I think he probably had about 1,000 photographs taken of him. It was just a very peculiar day. Since then, we've done a CBeebies programme called Who Let the Dogs Out and About, and we've done quite a few press calls. We did this morning where Donny Osmond sang Puppy Love to him while we were in the hub. It was amazing. Seeing as Donny Osmond was my heartthrob when I was a little girl, it was quite overwhelming for me, but he just sat there and took it. And he had lots of celebrity photos taken with Keith Lemon and the Hoff. I think Keith Lemon was quite taken with him. Mugly's a little bit of a diva now. He walks around with his head held high as if to say, don't you know who I am? And he's only happy when they stop and take photos. And as soon as someone brings a camera out, he just holds his head up. It's quite funny. For winning the competition, Mugly won $1,000. We donated that to Many Tears Animal Rescue and the Chinese Crested Club of Great Britain Rescue. He won a year's supply of doggy treats, which we donated to no-kill shelters in America, and he got given a really big dog bed from the Sheraton Hotel, which we brought home because that's really quite nice, and 2 of the most hideous trophies you've ever seen. One of them is over 6 foot tall, and They, at the moment, are sitting in my conservatory, and I just don't know what I'm going to do with them, but they are enormous. Muggly's a therapy dog. We work mainly with children and disabled adults. We work with a gentleman that's deaf and blind. He didn't know you could get hairless dogs, so it's been really quite interesting letting him feel him and enjoy him. We also work as part of the Read to Dog scheme that Pets as Therapy do, and we go into local schools where the reluctant readers will bring their reading book in and they will read Muggly a story. And then at the end of the session, when they've obviously done well, they get to have a little play with him, which he then has to wake up because the story's sent him to sleep. We also go into a little children's home for children with severe disabilities. And that's been quite sweet because each week you can see the children starting to recognise him and starting to react. And the little boy that doesn't speak at all, we went in the other day and he went, oof, oof. And made everyone really quite emotional. It was lovely. It's a really good job, good thing to do. The biggest thing we've got going at the moment is we're going to have some children's books where Muggly's going to be the character, the main character, and they're going to be quite sensitive stories about Muggly being different, aimed at sort of 4 to 8 year olds. So we're very excited about that. Muggly's an amazing companion. I just couldn't imagine life without him. But all I can say is this whole experience has been completely bonkers.